What brings you the most frustration? What do you worry about the most at night? What's something you think about, stress about? What's something that gives you the most amount of stress? Think about it for a minute. I think many of us will answer that very differently. But I think a lot of us will say money. I lose sleep over money. I'm not generating enough money. I don't have enough money. My W-2 doesn't pay me enough. DoorDash doesn't pay me enough. I'm struggling. Inflation, money, 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 right? It's not the most important thing in the world, but we have to have it to survive. We got to have it to provide. We got to have it to do things that we want to do. Money can be many people's number one stress. At different points in my life, it was my number one stress. A bill's coming up, you're paying the bill late, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's tough to maintain. The kids need something. You feel bad that you can't afford it, but you get it anyway. And then you cause yourself more stress down the line because maybe you're buying something that you weren't really ready to buy. Today, welcome back to another motivational hour. I'm going to try to make this kind of quick. We'll see how long it goes. We'll see how interactive you guys want to be today. I do want to be in the chat, but I have some things I want to kind of just share and some perspectives to give you guys. So passive income, active income. Most of us have the way that we look at it isn't correct. And we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. Okay. And when I talk about multiple streams of income, multiple ways to make money, I'm not talking about having multiple apps. Okay. Most of you guys that come here, we are in the gig economy. We're fellow drivers. I'm not meaning you have Uber and DoorDash and Instacart. No, that is one way of making money. Okay. One way of making money for this live sense and purposes is going to be the gig economy food delivery. But we're going to get into things that I've done for myself over the last few years. I'm going to share some numbers with you guys in hopes to inspire and motivate. But then also just to get you thinking about, okay, well, how can I make something maybe similar? Or how can you take a skill that you have, a passion that you have, knowledge that you have about a particular subject and turn it into money? We're going to talk about those things today. Welcome back to Mr. Bet on You. Now, what up, Trader? What up, Sarah, Yoda, Bud Soda, Oscar, Ghost, Denise, Maria? I see all you guys. Appreciate you guys. Please consider hitting a thumbs up and sharing this content. So first, I'm going to get into passive and active. I'll give you kind of how I look at that. Okay. Active income is obviously going to be W-2. It's going to be you're actively trading time for money, right? We turn on the DoorDash app, the Spark app, the Instacart, the Grubhub, the Roadie, the Curry, the Uber Eats, all those lovely apps that we like to use, right? That's active income because we're actively having to spend time to make those dollars. Same can be said for a W-2 or many other gigs you might have, whether you're doing coaching or whatever else. Maybe you're making content creation. We're going to get into that. That's actually passive and active, and I'll get into that in a minute because you have to spend time to make something and then you put it out there. We'll get into that, but it's actually both, and I'll share with you why. Passive income. We'll start with the content creation. When you make content on many different platforms, it doesn't have to be YouTube. It could be Facebook Reels, Instagram, LinkedIn. There's a lot of different areas. There's a lot of Rumble right now. It's kind of a up and coming one, right? When you make that content, it's out there forever if you monetize it and if you're able to. And then the videos that you made last year, the videos that you made last week, the ones that are from 2 years ago, maybe you're a Twitch player, you're a gamer, you vlog and live stream or whatever on Twitch, you can monetize that. And that content will continue to make you money down the line. If I stopped my channel today and stopped producing new content, next month I'm still going to make good money on the videos that people are continuing to watch that are in my library, right? So the active and passive for content creation is kind of both, right? But other ways of passive income, listen, Airbnbs, passive income. You have an invest, but it's passive. Did you know that many people right now are renting out their pools, their backyards for parties? If you have a nice backyard, a nice pool, you don't use it. People are renting out space, livable space, not just Airbnb, livable spaces. Those things can generate you income for very little active time. Up front, you're going to spend some time doing some things, investing, spending time, marketing. But then once you get the ball going, the money can start flowing in. Turo is the app you can rent your car out, right? That's not, you're going to have to do some things in the beginning. And some people might have good or bad or different type of experiences, but these are all opportunities. Investments, stocks, high yield dividends, real estate opportunities, businesses, depending on your bankroll, passive income. You got to have it. And I'm going to share with you a personal story as to why I'm really passionate about it, and what we can do going forward, and what you're going to see hopefully very soon on this channel with the website that we've been in development stages with, and various other things that we have going on behind the scenes. Now, these are some of the things. So let me share this with you. 5-6 years ago, listen, I was really bad with money. Technically didn't have two nickels I could rub together, because you have maybe, like a lot of us, we have debt, or I had a good job, decent salary, but I wasn't managing my finances well. And all my money was coming from active income. I had to go out there, work 40 to 60 hours a week, and I get paid every 2 weeks, active income, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. But when you're working that much, it's hard to also get passive income when you don't have a lot of cash flow to invest into something, and things like that. So the audience and you guys, I'm talking, we're all regular Joes and Smos here, right? Most of us probably aren't millionaires. We might not ever become millionaires. But what I want to share with you guys today, and just a little message, and just however you want to take it, is going to be, how do we go from making, let's say you're somebody that's making $30,000 a year in the gig economy, right? You might be doing this full time. You could be making $30,000 a year. Maybe you're able to make your bills. You're good. You're happy. Some of you are making 40,000, 50,000. Some of you, a very select few, maybe you're in the gig economy part time. You got a W-2 and you're making $60,000 a year, which is it's above average for the normal American. That's good, right? But are you really building towards something? And if all your income's coming from active, how are you ever going to really make more than that? Most jobs, you might get a raise, you might get a bonus here and there, but it's not going to keep up with inflation. You follow me? Maybe you're making 100,000 a year. A lot of people are like, I got to make six figures, 100K, 100K. It's not that hard to make 100K. I'm gonna share with you guys some of that. Okay. So 5 years ago, I was making maybe about 60,000 a year, 65, with a bonus, maybe a couple thousand more, right? When I left my job as a director of F&B, I was making right at six figures, good money, because I had some crazy bonuses and I got promoted like 3 times in 1 year. It was nuts, but I wasn't happy. It was all active income, and I knew I wanted more for myself. I knew these people are willing to pay me 50,000 this year, 60,000 this year, this amount this year, but it's not going to really go. I hit the cap. When I left, that was about as much money as I was going to make doing the type of work I was doing without having a college degree, without having some kind of certification, a specialty skill. I manage restaurants. There's a skill in that, but it's a lot of people do that work. So there's a cap. I'm not running my own restaurant, so the boss has to pay me a certain amount. You can hit your numbers, but restaurant industry, I saw that it was going to be hard to maintain that, to maintain the growth of me starting this, and then I escalated it, but I knew it was going to stop. I knew I had hit that top, and I was like, I'm just kind of over it, right? So it's good money, but even 5 years ago, I mean, had debt, wasn't good with money, spent more than I should have, bad purchasing, you know, just I think a lot of us can relate, and even now, a lot of us can still relate, right? And just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you're managing it well. We'll talk about that at some point today as well, right? Little things you could do to help, right? I'll get in the chat in a minute, but I want to get this out. The reason I wanted to do this today is I want to share with you guys. I'm doing okay now. I'm going to share with you the 6 ways I make money. And I want to challenge you guys, and you can put in the comments, what are you going to be looking to do differently to maybe level up in 2023 to give yourself more passive opportunities to make money, so that when you're sleeping, or that when you're doing DoorDash or whatever app you do, or while you're doing your W-2, you got somewhere something is working for you and you're making money. And some days it might be $1. Some days it might be 100. Some days it's 0. And the next day you made $50 from that. But it's working. You have to have your money work for you. A lot of us are really good at trading our time for dollars, right? But how can you, while you're trading time for dollars, because we all have to do it, okay? None of us are, billionaires here, multimillionaires trading stocks, sitting on a computer and making $1 million during lunch. It's just not who's watching this channel, right? But how can you Generate some money while you're making money and have your money work for you. Now, a few of the things when I started, a little backstory for those of you that might not know. When I said I wanted to bet on myself, right? I said, you know what? Like I said a couple minutes ago, I'm making this amount of money and that's great, but I'm not always happy. I'm not fulfilled. I feel like I'm selling myself a little short, and somebody else is telling me what I'm worth. And I said, I think I'm worth more than that. I'm in a spot now. I got a little money in the bank. I could take a little bit of a risk. Let me hop in the car. Let me do DoorDash full time for a year, learn my market. I'll make money so I have active money coming in, but I'm going to work on my passive things, right? And that's what we've done here, right? And this year I'll share with you what I'm slated and what I will make, and in hopes not to brag, but just to share motivation and give you guys something to think about so you could figure out what are you smart about, knowledgeable about, passionate about, or what are you like an expert in your field about? Okay. And one of the things maybe I'm an expert, I don't know. The food delivery DoorDash game. I do it. I teach people how to do it. I give you entertainment, blah, blah, blah. I'm good at that. So that's one of my streams of income. So let's get into some of the ways I make money. And then I'm going to read the chat, give some shout outs. And then I want you guys to put in what are some passive ways that you're looking to make money, or share with us passive ways you are making money. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of comments, but I want to kind of get this. This is a live, but it's also a standalone video. I hope people watching a replay. Now, clearly, actively, I make money doing DoorDash, the gig economy. I actively make money doing some coaching on the side for sports. That's not often, but it's still, when you look at the whole course of a year, it's a decent amount of money for the amount of time that it takes me, right? And these are active things. I got to get up, wake up. I got to actually turn an app on or drive to a place, coach a kid, drop off a McDonald's bag. It's all good. Actively, I'm making money doing that. Actively and / passively, as you guys know, I make money on YouTube. I'm very proud to say that I do that. I'm a content creator is what I call myself. I create content to help people motivate, inspire, and entertain. That's what this channel is. And I hope I can take a few that are ready with me along the ride of betting on yourself so you can level up your money and level up your finances. And like I said in the beginning, I believe, for me at least, I'll just share my perspective. And statistics will, you talk to most therapists, married people, if you talk to financial experts, they will say it will give you less stress if you're managing your finances better, right? And you have more checks coming in, right? So obviously the content creation is passive and active, right? But if I stopped it today, I would still make good money, good passive revenue stream coming in from Google AdSense every month from now until pretty much forever, right? If I decided and wanted to do something else, I'd still have those checks coming in because I've spent active time and I built something in a particular niche, and any of you guys could do it. It might not be in the gig tube space. It could be in, there's so many different things that people have interest in that you might be knowledgeable, passionate, or an expert in that area. And content creation companies, TikTok, I didn't even mention them earlier. They're paying content creators to put out content. If you don't even have to use your face, but if that, I would suggest everybody to try that. I've only been on YouTube 2 years, and I'm going to share with you guys what we've made in those 2 years in a moment. Okay. Have some investments and things like that. That doesn't bring me a lot. Those yields don't come in a lot for the entire year. You're talking just hundreds of dollars based on some percentages of interest, but it still works. And that money's going towards my future. So we do make some money doing that, but that's not money we're actively spending now. It's going to be money that will be used and be spent later on, right? Obviously, we have the vending machines. That makes it good. It's active, but it's really passive because I have somebody that helps me fill those machines and monitor them. I just check in. It's like $400 a month. Not a lot of money. That's profits. $400 a month vending machines. Now, a little bit of an upfront investment. Took me about 1.5 years to start making the money back on that. But now, $400 a month. So for me, when I look at my finances, that takes care of the cell phone bill, takes care of the electrical bill, think bills like that I don't have to worry about, because literally I spend a handful of hours a month to make $400, right? So that's one way we make money. And then we have affiliate partnership deals. You guys might see, I'm partnered with Solo. I have a new partnership coming up with a company called Moves, which I'm really excited about. And I think there's going to be a lot of positives with that. And I partnered with a few other little companies here and there along the way. Solo's the big one. We've done really well with them. I think it's a great app. So those are the ways I make money. So when I'm out making a video on DoorDash, right? The reason I haven't been, and this is me being transparent, the reason I'm able to be so positive now is because I am doing other things to protect me and myself, right? And what can you guys do to do that for you and yours, your family, your kids, your whatever, your wife, your husband, your grandma, your dad, your mom, if you're taking care of them? How can you fold in a few other sources of income? Because the gig economy can be super stressful when you're not seeing good orders, you're not making good money, you're driving your car, you're using your fuel, you got to do your own taxes, you're paying yourself. There's no vacation time, no PTO. So how can you fold in other streams of income, right? That's what this is about, right? Now, I mentioned a few other ones. Obviously I haven't gotten into Amazon affiliate links are really, really big, and they have been. This isn't anything new, right? I haven't done any of these yet. I've seen other YouTube channels that will put an Amazon link. Let's say I say, oh, I read this book, guys. I read this great book right here. Jay-Z Decoded. Go check it out. Check the Amazon link down below. It's really easy to get a deal with Amazon affiliate partnership. It's not hard. Okay. Most people just don't do it. It's another thing about today. We have these ideas, but you got to have action behind it. And that action can then generate you passive income. So let's say I put a link to buy this thing on Amazon. Yeah, you know what? I might make 10 cents. Every time somebody buys it, I get 10 cents, right? But think about it. I have, I think, 11 million views on this channel, right? And I'm not sure I ever will, I might, if I started putting Amazon links about car holders and equipment I use and hot bags and books and motivational this and that and da. I'm sure I could have made a couple $1,000s just from putting links in videos. These are the type of opportunities we need to be thinking about. And a lot of us see them out there in videos and print ads, and we think, oh, that sounds too good to be true. Some of them might be. But if you're bold enough to try something, what do we say here? If you want something different, you got to try something different. Okay? If you want something different, you got to try something different. Let me get in the chat and see who we got in the building before I get into some numbers here. What up, Rhonda? Scooter Bud. What up? What up, Joe? I'm a reseller on Poshmark. Poshmark's one I didn't even think about, Maria, but that's a fantastic one. For passive income besides me doing gig apps. I have my YouTube, but not have been consistent. So that's Poshmark's another one. eBay resellers. Not everybody that does Poshmark or eBay is going to make great money, right? But it's an opportunity, right? And that's what Maria's saying. She does make money on Poshmark. And a lot of people do. And the thing about these hours that I like to get through with you guys when we talk together is opportunities are there for many of us. It's whether or not you're going to actually put the activity behind it to maybe make it be passive income down the line. Bravo, Bud Soda. What up, Gary Pedro? You motivate me. What up, man? Gary Middleton. I have this on my list. App developers, people that develop apps and software. I see many people on YouTube that have done that within the gig economy. And I don't know what they're making or if they're making, but I'm sure they're making some kind of money with that. Now, they got to spend active time to actually do that. It takes a skill. It takes time. It takes patience. You will get frustrated, I'm sure. I'm not an app guy, but there are a lot of people that are going to that. And the upfront work to develop an app and then possibly make money off it, sell it, utilize it in a way, monetize it. These are people like Gary are the people that are betting on themselves. They're working the gig economy, but they're actively doing something to have another stream of possible income come into their bank account every single month. And I would probably say Gary isn't the type of dude that's stressing about money every day. I know a lot of you are. I was just 5 years ago. I bet Gary probably isn't. That's just my guess. He can let us know or not know in the comments. But because he has money coming in from different ways, different times of the week, different times of the month, it really allows you to not be as stressed, man. And it will take some of us longer than others to get to that point, but it's possible. That's what this is about, right? Edward, what up? Tatum, what up? So, will there ever be the better gig jobs down the road? Will there ever be other better? I think so. I think the way people work, I think a lot of employers are going to go to the gig economy and outsource things and not use W-2, but use 1099 or subcontractors to facilitate their business. and to facilitate things to their consumers. And I think it's going to go way beyond food delivery. It's going to go beyond package delivery, person delivery. It's coming, guys. It's here. We're seeing it all over the place. So I do believe that. I hope that answered your question. So I also have to say at some point, because I know how people are and YouTube is, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not advising you to do this. And this isn't about stocks and things. Those are just some of the ways and things that you can do things. You have to take the responsibility and do your research. Appreciate the 199, Maria. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. Thank you. Let's read Gary's comment. I have always said people need multiple streams of income, passive and active. Absolutely. If you have 10 streams and each pays you 20 a day, you don't have to work as hard. That is absolutely correct. I couldn't agree with that anymore. Now, we're all going to have active income. I'll always have the apps in some way or another, probably here and there. At some point, I'll work them less. Maybe sometimes you got to work them a little more actively. I'm all, going to do some coaching on the side. I'm going to have to fix the vending machine or for, whatever. It might take me a couple hours to do something with the guy that stocks it can't do it. I got to do it. We're all going to have active. You W-2 active. But how do you develop? Just start with one. Gary's talking about 10. He's right. But he didn't start with 10. I didn't start with 6. You start with one. You start with one thing, Poshmark, eBay, content creation, whatever it is for you. Okay. Renting out did you know you can rent out your backyard for parties during the summer? Do you live in a nice warm weather area? Do you have a nice backyard? Maybe you don't have kids anymore, whatever. You decorate it. You put a few $100s into some shrub, maybe $1,000, a couple $1,000. You get some chairs. You make it look nice if it isn't nice already. There are sites you could go on. People will go on. They want to do a birthday party for their kid or for their wedding reception or whatever, a celebration, a 50th anniversary, a high school reunion. You got a beautiful backyard, whatever. You got a pool. If you got that, you probably don't need the money. But people that have money continue to make money. You follow? And I want us all to level up. I want us to go from 30,000 a year to 40,000. I want us to go from 50,000 to 70. For those that are making 75,000, it's not that hard to find a couple hustles to make another 25,000 a year to get to 100K. It isn't. We get in our own way. But did you know you could do that? You could rent out your space. Did you know that? Many of you guys probably do. I'm not sharing. There isn't any late breaking news here, but it's about the opportunities. I saw opportunities in front of me, and I haven't taken all the opportunities because I like to be choosy sometimes because I like to really invest myself and do it the right way. But you see opportunities in front of you and you go for it. Doors open. You walk through the door. And you know what? That interview, that meeting, that door, maybe that room smells like shit. Who knows, right? But you walk through it. And then if you need to leave, you leave. But you know what? You walk through the door. You take advantage of the opportunities. There are opportunities. While I know times are tough for many of us, especially if you're watching this channel, you're doing DoorDash, you had to go to DoorDash for some reason, you in between jobs, whatever it is. I get it. Times are tough. But times were tough for me just a few years ago. They were. So if anybody can speak from a place of experience, it's me. I'm not talking. I have, and I'm not some millionaire. I'm not some, I have not even yet to be able to provide for my family in the way that I need to or that I want to long term, right? Because the gig economy, man, you got to really be smart about things, right? But I mean, almost doubled my income in 2.5 years. I guess it's almost been 3. Doubled my income. Now, it takes a lot of time and effort. I've had to do a lot of active hours. I have to plan and think about things and collaborate. And, you lose a little bit of sleep here. You go out there and hustle. You do this, you do that. But now I'm starting to see the passive income, the opportunities come in to where if I didn't want to DoorDash today, I don't have to DoorDash today. But I still do it because I can still make good money. And I still want that stream of income coming in every Tuesday to hit my account. Boom. Right? I still want that because there's value in that. I could pay all my bills with that. And then the other streams of income, the goal here is the other streams of income coming in help you facilitate your savings for your future. Maybe going on a trip, buying something, emergency fund, helps take care of the taxes for your gig work, possibly. Right? These are the kind of things we got to start thinking about to level ourselves up. It's not difficult to go from 30K to 40K in 1 year to add 10K. It's not. You just have to find the opportunity within your market, your demographic, your skill set, what you're passionate about, and you got to go after it. Okay. I've named a few little things. There's a million other opportunities. A million. Cosmic new member, thank you. Appreciate you joining. I got something for the channel members. I've been planning. I'll maybe do it next month. I appreciate that. Yeah, welcome, Cosmic. What up? What up? Internet God, I hate that McDonald's puts the gold drinks in the bag. You know what? I don't mind it because it's easy for me as a driver. It's super easy, and those McDonald's runs don't go a lot, so I don't think it's a big deal. But good comment though. Skywalker, what up? Okay, so let's talk about numbers a little bit, okay? Because I'm sharing with you guys like how do we level up, what's worked for me, what I've done, what I've talked about, the ways I make money, and I'm still gonna have another couple opportunities and ways that I'm gonna do them. But I want to make sure the ones that we're doing them right. We're learning that passive income, that active income before you just bring in another one. Because I think a lot of us, we can have 10, 20 ways to make money, but that could be really stressful as well. I want my money to make me money. I want it to be seamless. I want it to be, not easy because it's not easy, but I want it to feel good. I don't want to feel like stressed about every single stream of income. You know what I'm saying? Cosmic Beauty, appreciate that. Dash and Trader, my dude. I will say this before I get into some numbers with you guys and just and share some perspective. I know I'm missing a lot of comments, but I just want to get this message to you guys because this channel is about sharing things, right? And it's been a rough week for me personally, but you know, got to move on. And I still want to give you guys this message and still share my perspective because I know it's valuable, or I hope it's valuable for some of you. And I think for some of you, you get what I'm saying, and it's time to level up. So, okay. What was I saying? Let's see. Let me put this here. Okay. Sometimes you got to pause for effect. No. Okay. Like I said, we've had the YouTube channel for 2 years. I started betting on myself 3 years ago. Really. And then we had it. Well, was it 3? I get lost in it. No, I guess it was only 2 years ago, and 2 years ago and 3 months is when I left. So it's been 2 years and 3 months when I left that job. And it's been 2 years since I've been making, no, less than 2 years since I've been making money, like 18 months since I've been making money on YouTube, right? And that's a big revenue stream for me. And I'm proud of that. I'm just proud of it. Not anybody can like do it. I'm very lucky, but anybody can try it. And it doesn't mean I want you to make a gig tube channel, okay? There's a lot of ways to create content, guys. There's a lot of ways. You can upload your own, you can repurpose other videos on YouTube and monetize. You don't have to use your face, your name, nothing. Many of us know this, some of us don't. It's about do you know that the opportunities that are in front of you? Blogging, writing, people pay for that stuff. Some of it doesn't make big money, but somebody might pay you $50 to write a blog. You do it a couple times a month. It's $100. It's $100. It's $1,200 in a year. What can you do with $1,200? Did you just have to pay your taxes for gig economy? Did you have to pay taxes? Maybe your bill was $1,200. This is how we got to start looking at money. How can I pay for this by doing this, and then I take a chunk of it and put it here, a chunk of it and put it there, a chunk of it goes in my pocket, a chunk of it goes in my bills, a chunk of it goes to this, a chunk of it goes to that. Well, you know what? I got a little money left over. Let's take the wife out, or let's go on a vacation next year. Let's plan for that. It's possible. We have to stop getting in our way and thinking it's not, and watching the news and the world's ending and the banks are collapsing. Listen, I'm not an expert, and I'm not saying those things aren't ever going to happen, but I can't control that right now. I can control my movements, my actions, how I feel, and how I provide for my family and for my future. And that's what we're doing here. So a little while ago, many months, I've toyed with the idea of sharing how much I've made on YouTube, and I thought about making a video. I'm not going to do all that. I'm going to share with you guys what I've made today, what I make on YouTube, though, just for inspiration. I think a lot of people think you have to have millions of subscribers to make money. Not true. Not true at all. Not true at all. Okay. It's not true. And I'm going to share this number for the few that will watch. I know, there's 134 of y'all. Appreciate that. And some will watch the replay, but most of my channel viewers won't watch this. Most people that want to make money on YouTube won't watch this. I'm not going to make a standalone video because I was like, most of my viewers might not want it, but I think the motivation hour viewers might want that. That's why I'm going to share it with you guys. And you do with the information what you want. Okay. I'm getting the chat here. Brad Stasher, what up? Fear of missing out is real. Absolutely. It can be more difficult to handle in the gig economy. It takes time to set boundaries. I can relate to that 100%. Excellent comment. I ran into a little bit of the FOMO today. I'm not going to lie. So that's so relatable. I can't even imagine. Rapify. I don't know. I haven't looked into Rapify. Actually, I did look into Rapify a little bit, and I saw that there was some money to make, but I just didn't go down the path. I mean, I think some people are making like $300-$400 for like a month. Depends on your kind of car. It depends on what you wrap, how much you wrap your car. It depends on what city you live in, how much you drive. There's various factors, but like 200 to 400 a month is pretty good. Pedro's taxes. I do gig work on top of my W-2 to get ahead. Mad Dash knows exactly what I'm talking about. Listen, okay, I'll share with the few of you because I think you guys could appreciate it, and I think you will appreciate it, and you won't think that it's bragging. I'm proud of what we've done here. I'm proud of what I've done, what we've done, what Madison allows me to do, and I want to continue to grow this. So I've made $85,000 on YouTube in under 2 years. That's real money. And I share that number with you because I'm not just I'm not coming out here saying, I'm doing okay. That's what I make. You could do the math per month, blah, blah, blah. It's very consistent. Some months are a little bit better than others. There is money in content creation. If you don't start betting on yourself and make content on TikTok or this or that, and it might not work the first time, try another channel, try another avenue, try Facebook Reels, try this, try that. $85,000 is a lot of goddamn money. Okay. So actively, yeah, taking me some time, but I could stop the channel right now and I'll still make money. Okay. That doesn't include the partnership deals I have. That doesn't include the money I make on actually doing DoorDash. It doesn't include a little bit of coaching. It doesn't include the vending machines. I am sharing you my actual perspective because I am not a college educated man. I'm not the smartest dude. All I did was bet on myself. I worked really hard. I saw opportunities in front of me. Doors opened up. I went through them. I surrounded myself with good people. I make mistakes every day and I'm not afraid to make a mistake, but that's real money. What can you do for you? It might not be 85K. It could be 10,000 this year doing something. That's a lot of money. It could be 5,000. It could be $1,200 by writing a blog twice a month. Figure out what that is for you and try it. Go after it. Because I keep seeing people, we're struggling with the gig economy. We're struggling with the gig economy. It's going good this week. This week's bad. I'm turning my car on. I'm seeing $2 orders. I'm getting frustrated. I got deactivated. Boom, 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 boom. It's not about what happens to you. It's how you react. It's not about what happens. It's not about what order you see. It's how you react to that that's going to allow you to be either stressed or not stressed about finances and money. Did you know the number one indication of marriage is financial stress? The divorce, I mean. People get divorced because of finances more than any other reason, more than infidelity, more than I just don't like you anymore, more than they just die. Like financial stress within a house, especially when there's kids involved, that's what causes divorces. Did you know that? Diamond Bobby, what's up? We appreciate you sharing, bro. Most people won't even do that, but we appreciate that. Hey, listen, I've thought about, I'm just trying to, and most of you guys aren't going to make a channel. I'm not saying make a channel. I've laid out other things you could do. You have to look in the mirror tonight, lay your head on the pillow, whatever you need to do and say, okay, yeah, I want to make some passive income. What can I do? What am I good at? What skill do I have? What am I good at doing? What do I know a lot about? What am I an expert in? It could be anything. You could be an expert at art. Look at my daughter made this. Okay. You could be somebody that there's a lot of different ways to make money, and not every way that you want to make money will hit for you, right? I've had failures, trust me. I had a consulting gig with restaurants a number of years ago. Didn't go good. Did it for a year and a half. We lost money, but I tried something. I learned a lot from that, and the learnings and knowing what I learned then and what to do, what not to do, how to treat people, how to business deals, how to manage my time. I use what I learned, that failure. I use it every day right now. I use it every single day right now. I came into this space, the gig community, and I'm very humbled and honored. I came in here and I want to help 100 people a day. For those of you that are OGs, you remember I would say that. I want to get 1,000 subs. I have 1,000. I think I can help 100 people every day with my videos. And then I saw opportunities in front of me, and I saw that you guys liked the entertainment value. You liked when I kept it real. You liked my message. You liked the bet on you. And I was like, I like doing this. That's an opportunity. I didn't think it would turn into this, but it turned into it. And I've been having a great time doing it. And I've made $85,000 on YouTube. That is not to flex. That's not, listen, my personality, if I made 100,000, which I will, with just YouTube, I still wouldn't be enough because I just always want more. That's my own personal issues I have, but it is what it is. I always push the envelope. I'm very competitive. But what can you do passively to make money, right? So I want you guys to put a couple of suggestions in. Maybe I'm going to say in the chat, what's the way you make passive income? What's an idea you've been thinking about? Maybe a friend or a family member is making some passive income doing something, or a new little gig that's active. Share it with me and with us right now if you don't mind. I'd like to read some comments and I'll put them on the screen. It's only not money or lack of money that causes divorce. It's also prioritizing work over. Oh, Jorge, absolutely. Absolutely. FOMO was frustrating. It's pointless to try to get a return on an investment when you are paying interest on debt. Yeah, true. I'm making a channel. Donkey Power. What up, Eric? Tell people what he made. LOL. I don't know what that means. How's Tanner? I don't know. I haven't talked to Tanner. I got to text him back. I have a rabbit try and put it on YouTube. Rabbit try. I don't know what that means. I play Baccarat. 4K Crib plays Baccarat for money. Okay. What's your thoughts on motivation versus discipline / routine? Ooh, Alex, good question. Let me put this up here. That's a tough one. Let me read it again. What's your thoughts on motivation versus discipline / routine? Well, it's one thing to be motivated to do something. You have to have discipline and an active routine in order to see those things through. I think a lot of us can have good ideas, right? I've had a few still that I'm still maybe a little scared to try. I have a lot of crazy ideas, right? That I think could be big hits, right? But you got to have you are what your routine is, right? So if you always are somebody that has these good ideas, but you don't have follow through, that's who you are. If you're somebody that has these ideas and every once in a while you put some discipline and routine behind it, that's who you are. If you're somebody that thinks about something, you're really concise about it, you're measured, you think about it, you develop a routine, you discipline yourself, you can have success. Think about weight loss. I use this analogy a lot. Weight loss or sports. If you want to get good at basketball, you want to improve your free throw, the best thing to do is you go to the gym, you get up 1,000 shots. That's what I did. If you want to lose weight, you got to have the motivation to do it, but you got to discipline yourself with your food and you got to have a new routine, and then you could lose weight. But a lot of us, we run into these roadblocks. Pedro, would be so kind to post the equipment you use for recording your videos and ride-alongs. Slick, I'll tell you right now, this is what I use. I use an iPhone 13. That's it. Sorry, I can't tell you all the other fancy stuff. People, this is what I use right here. That's what I've always used. I use an iPhone. That's it. Pedro's bad about texting back. Gary knows I am. I'm really bad about it. What's up, Gary? Photography and voila. Okay, so Undercover Agent 33. Let me put this up here if I can. Let me find it. No, did I lose it? There it is. Undercover Agent Photography, and while I'm out dashing, take landscape photos of things I see. Love it. When the economy is going to crap, it's a great time to buy stuff for cheap, then resell later. Edward, that's a good. I haven't gotten into that, but I do hear that. 10% per month towards Fortune 500 mutual funds. Dash and Trader knows what's up. Things I develop usually include some kind of passive income. So let me read this one here from Zayden. Zayden. Man, what's my computer's acting a little slow today? Zayden says, if I can find it, there it is. Things I develop usually include some kind of passive income. I usually stream my routine and make music for W2 or Web2 and Web3 as a singer-songwriter. Also have a podcast I did years ago, still live. Love it. So he's in that content creation, that creativity, right? Love that. I take Uber Eats money for the day and I put it in treasuries instantly at 5%. Love it. I put the DoorDash money in savings. Love it. I've been thinking about starting my own trash removal business. It's just so hard to save money to buy a work truck to get started. So that's from Range 338. Let me put that comment up and read it again. Oh, man, there it is. I've been thinking about starting my own trash removal business. It's just so hard to save money to buy. I would say this, Range. I don't know anything about that kind of business, but it's easier for us to say we make it more difficult on ourselves to save money. So let me just say this, and Range, you don't have to put it in the comments. If any of you guys want to, you can. What did you spend money on today that you didn't need to? Think about that for a second. What did you spend money on today that you did not need? It was not an essential item. And if you can change your routine and discipline yourself, like we were talking about earlier, for 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, don't give yourself all the luxuries stop buying a Starbucks every day. Stop eating out 2 times a day. A lot of us do it. Stop when you're doing a gig work, you're going in, you're getting all the Red Bulls and the candies and the cookies. You don't need all of it. You can meal prep, food plan, bake cookies at home. Like, we can save more money than we like to believe. And I will debate anybody under that. I'll give you an example. I spent $15 today. I did not need to. Hey, $15, $15. Let's do some quick math. I do that often, but I'm in a point now where I can do that. I can give myself a little bit. But if everything blew up in a world, like my YouTube channel went away, I would say, you know what? Ooh, I got to go dark for a year. I'm gonna really discipline my spending, right? 15 is a low number for me, but we're just going to use that as an example. 15 times 365, $5,475 that a lot of us spend frivolously. And I don't care who you are. We're all buying things we really don't need. We like it. We got to treat ourselves. Okay, so let's just say it's not 5,400 for 15 bucks a day. Okay, is it 3,000 then? Can you save $3,000 in a year? I think most of us could. I'm telling you, a lot of us that I was the brokest dude around. Trust me. And I would spend money on things I didn't need. Going out, buying drinks, spending money at McDonald's, buying this, buying that, buying some clothes I don't need, a pair of shoes. Uh, you know, 1 year. My challenge, if you think about anything today, and we're talking about saving money, 1 year is not a long time, guys. It goes by like that. We've been on YouTube for 2 years now. If I would, I could have an extra $10,000 if I use my own logic in the bank, just by spending a little smarter. Think about it. Think about it. All right. Let me get back into the comments here. Any other passive income comments? Got YouTube going. Alex, nice. Airbnb. Just want to get into Airbnb. Some light investments with dividends. Exactly. Those high yield dividends, man. 85K is awesome. I was listening in the kitchen. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm proud of that. I shared that because some people asked me, and I wanted to give you guys that information on the motivation hour. Why not? My electrical bill, I could have used candles. Gary's trolling. I like it. I was spending $300 a month just on Monster drinks, so I stopped drinking. Listen, and Gary, I can relate, man. That's what I'm saying. The money is there for some of us, guys. We make it harder on ourselves than it needs to be situationally. Just process that and make it your own. Personalize that. And if you can't do a year, do a week. Do a week. You're gig drivers, right? We all out. We're doing stuff. We're buying things. We're getting gas. Every time we go to gas station, we're getting a Monster. We're getting a cookie. We're getting some Skittles. We're getting a sandwich. We're getting this. We're getting that. Don't do that for 1 week. Tell me how much you save. Don't just do 1 week. Do 5 days, 7 days. Just do it. See how it feels. You know what I used to do is when I would want to spend money, right? Right? I would put that cash, I put it in my pocket, or I put it in a jar. come home at the end of the week. You put it on your dresser. Look at that money at the end of the week. Times that by 53 weeks in a year. That's what you're overspending. So, sorry, I don't mean to use range 338 as an example, but I like to challenge us here, right? We challenge each other. I think you could do it. I think you can come up with the money if you really thought about it. True, Pedro. Dollar saved equals dollar earned. Make more, spend less. Yep. Balance the budget. And if you don't have a budget, get a budget. Use QuickBooks. Use an Excel spreadsheet. Use something to manage the monies you have coming in, the monies you have going out. Give yourself an entertainment. Okay, you got to go to the movies. You got to go out to dinner every once in a while. You want to buy something. The kids are going to need this. They're going to budget for that. And when you don't, if your budget for that's $100, $200, $300, whatever it is, you don't go over it. You stick to the budget. And that means telling the kid or the wife, hey guys, we can't go to Starbucks today. Tough cookies. You don't get your Starbucks. We're not spending $15 on 3 coffees. We're not doing it today. That's what you got to do. You got to discipline, create that routine so that at the end of the week, the end of the year, you got something to play with, something to invest, something to buy. Like you have some purchasing power, right? You have, maybe you just need a new car. Like it's there. The doom and gloom of like people saying it's the worst time ever. That can be people's reality. But another thing you got to think about this country is they love to scare us. They like to make us feel like we don't have power. And they like to make us feel like we're stupid. We're not stupid. Okay. Manage your everyday expenses. They will begin to add up and get you some passive income. Get you some passive income. Okay. Think about that. We need Pedro in Congress. Oh no, I would never. John says, I work 40 plus and dash on the side. I set a daily limit and meet it. But I do like that you dash on your time. Absolutely. That's why I think this kind of work is really great. I can starve and not be as alert and save probably 500. Bud Soda, bro, listen. I know Bud Soda's the kind of dudes that's in that gas station buying cookies and candies and Red Bulls and blah, 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 blah. Did you know? And I drink Red Bulls or I drink energy drinks. So I'm guilty of this too. I can relate. I'm not talking. I'm talking with you, Bud Soda, and everybody else. Gary said he, with the energy drinks, he saved $300 or would save $300. Did you know that there's a lot other ways, cheaper ways, healthier ways to actually have energy versus the monster drinks and the energy drinks? Yeah, they taste good, but they give you it's not good for you, and it's actually making you more tired. Anyways, that's a whole nother. I could do a whole podcast on that. Okay, but wouldn't love a don't vote for Pedro shirt. Would love a don't vote for Pedro shirt. Like Joe Maurice Cholin said, don't vote for Pedro. Well, I wouldn't run anyway, so it's true, Pedro. What one can save throwing money in the jar? I'm telling you, man. Dollar General or all the LOL 7-Eleven is pricey. Yep. Morning coffee pot. Yes, Edward Lee knows. So that's what I had on my mind today. I hope you guys got some information. I did drop a big nugget. I told everybody what I've made on YouTube. Okay. I said I was going to share that information because I'm proud of that. And I have nothing to hide here. Full transparency here. I'm very proud of that. And if I'm going to challenge you guys and we're going to have a dialogue about passive income, I need to come with receipts. I need to say, here you go. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to show you that. Because I don't like the people that just talk about, oh, well, you should do this and that. And they're not speaking from a place of experience. I think we need to get information. We need to get motivation from people that are speaking from a place of experience. I think that is very important. I think it's very important. So when I talk about that because that's the truth. I don't have no reason to lie to you guys. Okay. That is the reality of it, right? That is, and in the last year, it's 55,000. I share that so somebody could say, God, that's crazy. Because it is crazy. If you would have told me that 2 years ago, I would have said, no way. No way. I was like, Madison's like, oh, you think you can get to 10,000 subscribers? I was like, I don't know. I doubt it. We'll hit 50,000 by the end of the year. Way before the end of the year. And I'm proud of that. So what can you do passively that you can be proud of, that you can stand on? It could be anything. I just share with you that. And I haven't even shown you the other money that I make with the other things that I do. That's just 1 out of 6. I want us to continue to level up in 23 while everybody else is talking about everything's bad, it's rough, it's it is. I'm not saying it's not, but you have the power to change some things, man. Whether it's your spending habits, your daily routines, just get one more income stream, man. You know, if I when I do this kind of hour next year and we're coming and we're talking, I'll remember this. If I could have just a couple people say, "Yeah, Pedro, man, I made $500 this year by doing this, and it was pretty cool. I made $1,000, Pedro. I did this. I made an extra 10 grand by creating content for these social media platforms, and I did that Amazon affiliate league deal, and I made $500, and all I had to do was put some links in. I'm gonna be the happiest dude when I see other people like leveling up. And I'm showing you this on this channel as a guide of my experience, and I am practicing what I preach. So when I tell you to challenge yourself, it's only because I've challenged myself. I am like that dude on the basketball team. I'll be one of the leaders, one of the captains, but I'm not gonna have you do anything that I haven't done myself. So if I'm asking you to hustle on defense, and give it your full out as a basketball player, as my teammate, you best believe I'm going to do this. I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm going to show you my failures and my successes along the way in hopes that it inspires you in some kind of way and you run with it, and whatever. You have success, you have failure, but we got to go out there and go get it. Ain't nobody going to make the money for you. You got to go make it happen for yourself. I believe that wholeheartedly. You guys are amazing. You guys are great. I'll just stay in the comments for a second, see if I see anything that's catchy. Yeah, you can't control the picture, but you can control the lens. I like that. Brandon. Brandon has always got some nice little sayings. Preach it about energy drinks or junks. Yep. Got into a truck stop and just observe over the road drivers, old school superfoods and vitamins. Yep. Dash One Dodo, what up? Good to see you in here. Nothing to sneeze at. It's not Mad Dash, man. But listen, if I'm gonna come on here and have a motivation hour, I gotta be real with you. I gotta come with receipts. I can't be the guy saying, "Hey, lose some weight," but I'm fat. You know what I'm saying? I can't be the guy like, "Hey, you need to take care of your mental health," but then I'm out here acting crazy. I can't be the guy saying, "Hey, you know what? You should be a better basketball player," and you see me go play and I'm trash. I can't dribble a basketball. I can't be the person giving out relationship advice and my girlfriend hates me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to. I think it's important that you guys are hearing something, especially if it's motivation based and not just DoorDash, but it's coming from somebody that has done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's super important to me, because when I listen to people, I surround myself with smarter people. I want to make sure that they actually know what they're talking about. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys have a great day. This last week's been a crazy week for me. Starting to try to get my groove back. Appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown me and Madison and Ruby and my family. My family's great. My support system's fantastic. I mean, I'm a lucky man, but I work at this as well. So it's a balance. So I hope you guys got motivated by this. I hope you are inspired in some kind of way. Get you some passive income and go meet your goals, so that when we're having this motivation hour next week, we can share in some of that success. Just know that there'll be bumps along the way, but that is life. You guys are amazing. If you're driving, I hope you're making money, you're making good decisions, you're being safe. And if you're around somebody that you love, just give them a hug. Tell them you love them. When was the last time you told somebody, your mom, your dad, your kids, your whatever, that you look them in the eyeballs, you tell them that you love them, and you give them a hug? That could change their whole day. I'll see you guys next week.